Okay. So last class we have discussed about the what is the static force analysis and dynamic force analysis. Okay. So a machine, when we are going to analyze the any machine or mechanism, so we are going to consider some principles. Okay, so when we analyze the component, machine component either by the static force analysis or dynamic force analysis, we are going to consider some parameters. So that we are going to call as general principles of force analysis. The first one is a machine or mechanism is a three-dimensional object with force acting in three directions. Okay, so either in X or Y or Z, in any direction the force can act. Okay, so next is for a complete force analysis, all forces are projected on three mutually perpendicular planes. So actually here I told that the forces will act on all three dimensions. Maybe if you are consider any body, so either the force may act in X direction, Y direction, or Z direction. Sometimes the force may act in some inclination with some plane, either inclination with X plane, Y plane, or Z plane. Okay. So what we will do, we are going to resolve that force to either vertical or horizontal. Okay. So that is the second principle. Then for each reference plane, it is necessary that the vector sum of forces in zero and that moment of the forces about any axis perpendicular to the reference plane or about any point in the plane is zero for equilibrium. It means if I consider one plane, so okay, that is the horizontal plane. Okay, so now this is X direction and this is Y direction. Okay, so when we are considering this X and Y direction of the body, so if my force is acting here in this direction it becomes forces in X, and this one becomes Y. Okay, summation of this forces in X, that should be equal to 0, and summation of forces in Y direction, that should be equal to 0. For example, if we have the force in some inclination like this, okay, so we have some angle of theta. Okay, so we are going to, what we will do, we are going to resolve this to horizontal and vertical. Okay, so when we are going to make the summation, we are going to add the horizontal forces and vertical forces. Is it clear? Okay, so this summation of these horizontal forces should be equal to 0, summation of vertical force should be equal to 0. That is one concept for the forces. If the body is undergoing the movement or torque or couple, okay, so for example, this is the axis. Okay, so this shaft, we have the shaft. If it is rotating here, the shaft is rotating, the torque will act. So this axis becomes perpendicular to Y axis. So this axis. Okay. So whatever the torques are developed, that should be equal, or that should be make the equilibrium. Okay. Summation of the torque also should be 0. Okay. That is the third principle of force analysis. So here you can observe summation of F is equal to 0 and summation of M is equal to 0, or summation of Fx and summation of Fy and summation of M is equal to 0. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now here in this one we got the idea, one word, that is vector sum. What is this vector? Okay, when you are going to define the forces, we are going to use the three parameter, or that we are going to call as the three vectors. Okay, so that vectors are magnitude, direction, and point of application. Okay, for example, see here, actually the force, this is the force. Okay, it is, the first is magnitude. Magnitude means that value. Okay, that the one is the value, and direction is 60 degree, and point of application is point A. This value magnitude we are going to define by line through the direction by using some scale. So what you have done in the velocity and acceleration analysis cases, you are used scale. For 1 meter per second, you are used some scale. Similarly, here also for each Newton, we are going to assume some scale. According to the scale, we are going to draw the length. That length indicates the magnitude. This angle indicates direction. Point A indicates point of application. Is it clear? The force applied at A, force vector is inclined at 60 degree to reference plane. Length of vector represent the magnitude of the force in certain scale. Okay. So here also these are some examples. Okay. If it is in compressive or if it is in the tensile force. Okay. So this one, when you are going to study the forces, when the forces are perpendicular to the line of contact. So for example, this is the one body and this is the another body. There will be the line of contact. The forces are perpendicular to the line of contact. Perpendicular to line of contact. Okay. The force exerted by the link 2. This is link 2. On link 1, we are going to call it as the F21. This notation is very important because when you are solving the problem, we are going to use these notations. Force exerted by the link, which link is developing the force, that will comes under first, and on which link it will act, that will comes under second. Okay, so F21 is force exerted by the link 2 on link 1. Okay, similarly F12 is force exerted by the link 1 on link 2. So because of the force F12 and is equal to F21, so action and reactions are same. So both F21 is equal to F12, so the body becomes equilibrium. If it is not equilibrium, if it is F21 is not equal to F12, the body will not stay here. Body will not stay here. Next, if it is force is acting in some angle, so we are going to write like this. Again, we will resolve into the vertical, so that we are going to call it as Fn12. Okay. So now we are used the term that is the equilibrium. Okay. So for a rigid body, if you want to achieve the equilibrium condition, sum of all forces must be equal to 0. Okay. Sum of all moment of all forces about any axis must be 0. For example, torque or couple on x-axis, whatever the couples or torque will act, that should be equal to 0. A summation of all the couples should be equal to 0, or all the moments should be equal to 0. In linear forces, okay, any forces means summation of force in x direction should be equal to 0. Summation of forces in y direction must be equal to 0. That we are going to call as sum of all the forces must be 0. Okay, so you can able to observe here the equation summation of F is equal to 0 means this condition, sum of all forces must be 0. Okay, so summation of F forces in x direction, summation of forces in y direction, summation of forces in z direction, that should be equal to 0. When come to the moments, okay, so summation of all the moments, torque, moments, bending moments, okay, so this should be equal to 0. So even torque in z direction for a planar system represented in 2D vector. When you are going to write the 2D vector, so we are going to use the z direction, okay, that are perpendicular to the x and y. So for example, see here, this is the x direction, this is y direction. If it is line is here, okay, so some component is acting, having the moment like this means it will act on this center, this axis. So that will become z axis. Okay, so that dz. Okay, now here main very useful and important principles we are going to consider when we are going to solve the problems. Okay, the first condition is equilibrium of a body under two forces. Okay, only. There is no torque, only two forces. So what will happen? If it is only two forces, whatever the force you are applied or acting, that is equal to reaction force, or reaction force is equal to applied force. Okay, so here Fa, force at point A, is in towards in x-axis towards right. So I can write this is plus Fa. The again F on B towards left, this is we can say that towards left is negative. So summation of these two plus F minus F should be equal to 0. Okay, so for body to be in equilibrium condition under two forces only, the two forces must be opposite and collinear. Okay, because see here, if it is the only two forces, if we have the one force here and another force in same direction, so it may not it will not reach the equilibrium condition, or it will not meet the equilibrium condition. Okay, that is the reason the forces should be in the same plane or say collinear, and the direction is opposite. The forces must be acting along the line joining AB. Okay, so now that is Fa is equal to minus Fb. Okay. So you can able to see here the forces are acting with some gap. Okay, here is force is acting towards right here and towards left here. If this body is under equilibrium, when the H should tends to 0. If it is like this, so we can't achieve the equilibrium condition, because we are able we know that here we have the one condition, that is collinear. When the H becomes 0, the body will comes under equilibrium. If it is forces are like this, what will happen? Anybody? If it is forces are like that, what we can say this?
Unbalanced force.
Unbalanced, or it will forms the couple. Correct? One force is here, one force is here, it will make that rotation of this one. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh? You just hold your hand, so you are pushing from right and pulling from left hand means it will rotate.
Rotate.
Parameter. Okay, so this will become couple. It will not become equilibrium. It will becomes the couple. So if you want to balance this one couple means you need to apply the same opposite direction couple in the same plane. Okay, that we will discuss later when we are solving the problem. Is it clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one. So next is equilibrium of a body under the action of three forces only. Okay, here also only three forces. There is no torque or there is no couple. Okay, so for equilibrium, the all three forces must concurrent the force polygon will be a triangle. Okay, in case of two forces, it should be in the same line. Okay, na? Are you following? It is in the same line and opposite direction. Then only we can achieve the equilibrium condition. Okay, for two forces. If it is for three forces, so what we can do here, for example, the forces are like this. So to achieve this one, when we are going to draw the force polygon, for example, this one is FA. Okay, na? This is towards left, and FB from A here. Okay, so this should be like this, and this will reaches this point. Okay, na? Have you got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so means the force A, it will start from, this is the FA. Okay, so this is FB, this is FC. So you can able to see these directions. According to the direction only, I wrote the triangle. Okay, FB. See, it is start from A. So we know the magnitude. So same like your velocity diagram. There we are used the movements, motion. Here we are considering the forces. That's it. Okay. See, as per the scale, so for whatever the value you have, so we are going to convert into the scale, we will draw the line. Then from the same direction of B, from this A, I will write the line. Okay, na? From this B, I will write the line of C. So this is FC. So this should form this triangle. Okay, na? If you know all these forces, this should become like this. For example, if it is less force, so if the triangle becomes like this. Okay, so it is not reached this point, or the angle, for example, it should be line like this, but it is angle, it came to this position, so this is not in the equilibrium condition. You got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so to achieve the equilibrium condition for the three forces, there is no torque or couple, so this force polygon should be a triangle. Okay, that is second one. And third one, equilibrium of a body acted upon by two forces and one torque. Okay. So like previous two forces and one torque. So for equilibrium of these forces, two forces must be a couple, current counter couple. Okay. And for the forces must be equal, opposite, parallel. Okay, and there says must be a opposed couple acting on the body. It is very simple concept. See here, in previous figure I told you, I shown this one. Okay, this is becomes the couple forces. Okay, so when you are have the force like this, when you have the force like this in opposite direction, this should be a first condition, this should be a parallel. Okay, this should be a parallel and opposite, because to create the rotation or torque, which should be a forces should be parallel and opposite. Okay, and this difference forces, okay, this difference force is opposite and equal to torque. You got the idea? See, so just I will show this one. This is the line. Okay, so I am considering this one, just the one force is acting. This is in y direction upward and y direction downward. Okay, now are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if it both are equal, so it causes the bending. Okay, it causes the bending. Otherwise, if both are unequal, what will happen? It is, for example, this force is 10 Newton. this force is 5 Newton, what will happen? This will act more. So like you hold your two hands, you have the parallelly, you hold the two hands. Okay, you have the 10 Newton in right hand, 5 Newton in left hand. So you are pulling the right hand and pushing the left hand according to this one. Okay, consideration. Okay, when you are pulling that one, what will happen? It causes the rotation, right? It causes the rotation. Even it is equal also, what will happen? Both are 5. Okay, so but if it is in the same direction, so both the positions are same. If it is opposite direction, what will happen? So you are pulling the right hand by 5 Newton, pushing the right hand by left hand by 5 Newton. So you will going to rotate. For example, you are assume you are holding the steering wheel of car by in the both the hands. Okay, if you want to rotate towards left, towards right, what you need to do? You need to pull the right hand and push the left hand. Correct? Are you following
Yes.
my concept? Okay.
Yes.
You need to pull the right hand and push the left hand. Okay. This will occur because of these forces. Okay. So you are. I will assume I am applying 1 Newton pulling and 1 Newton pushing. Okay. So it causes the rotation. Okay. Same rotation. If you want to achieve the equilibrium, just you assume the whatever the you are applied the torque. Okay, what is the torque now? You are applying 1 Newton. Okay, so total torque becomes force into distance. Correct? Force into radius. You are going to get the torque. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that whatever the torque you are applied on that particular steering wheel. Okay, if you want to maintain equilibrium, means if you want to stop the rotation, or if you want to make the equilibrium, means what? It is in the same condition only. Okay, so what should be the another torque? Same torque in opposite direction. Okay, that is the condition. If you have the two forces, that forces will develop the movement or torque. So that is equal and opposite to the whatever the torque applied. Okay, so two forces, that forces are parallel and opposite and equal. Okay, that whatever the moment developed by these forces, that should be equal and opposite to the couple acting on the body. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay, so now these are the conditions. Okay, so now I will move to the problem directly. So now the thing is this one also graphical method. Okay, so graphical method to solve the problems. So what I will do here, today I will explain the concept how to solve the problem. Okay, next class we will solve the problem clearly. So now today I will explain the concept by taking what are the parameters we are going to consider when we are solving the problem. So now I explain only concept. Okay, so now on the problem I will explain the concept. So next tomorrow class we will solve the problem. So what I will do, I will use the solid edge and I will solve the drawing. Okay, so I am planning to take one teaching aid. So maybe from next week we can use that one. So like writing, I can show that. Okay. So now, all are following, all are getting the idea whether you are facing difficulty to understand. Please don't hesitate.
Yes, sir. Following.
Okay. So now, and these are the theory part what we have studied, and problem what I've explained now. So by seeing the equation and all the things, you may feel the difficult. And one more thing, I'm not able to write the diagram. So in the class, you may observe when I'm explaining in the class, I used to write the diagram lines, and I used to show that on how the couple will act and how the force will act. But now I am facing difficulty. Okay, but when you are solving the problem, it will become very easy, and the problems are very easy and simple. So I will tell you how to solve. Okay, but you have to follow some procedure. So procedure means you should know what are the parameters we are going to consider. Okay, the first problem is figure shows a slider crank mechanism in which the resultant gas pressure 8 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square acts on the piston of cross-sectional area 0.1 meter square. Okay, the system is kept in equilibrium condition as a result of the couple applied to the crank 2 through the shaft O2. Determine forces acting on all the links including the pins and the couple on 2. Okay, this is the problem. This is the slider crank mechanism. All of you following? Please, I'm seriously,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
telling you, only few are interacting with me, other are not interacting. Okay, so today I will explain the problem. From next class onwards, once I finish that problem, I used to give the assignment. You should submit by that day only. Okay, so now just listen. This is we are all know that slider crank mechanism. Okay, so here this mechanism is used for the IC engine. Okay, so this gas pressure developing 8 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square, this pressure is developing. Okay, na? So the area here, this area is 0.1 meter square. So can we find the force is which is what is the force acting on this point B? Can we find, right?
Yes, sir. Pressure into area.
Pressure by area. Okay, na? Sorry, pressure into area, we can easily find that. Okay, so then the system is kept in equilibrium as a resultant of the couple. What is this equilibrium of this system now? Can you tell me? Now we have studied the forces equal and opposite and all the things. Okay, so now it is moving, it is rotating. What is the meaning of equilibrium condition? What is the meaning of?
P should be equal to the force applied by the link 3. So that the
See
piston
here.
stays in equilibrium.
So all of you listen now. So now whatever the theoretical concept we have studied, just I will put that concept on this mechanism now. See, the forces means, so what will happen? This is the IC engine concept. Okay, so reciprocating motion is converted to rotary motion. Now this force means 8 into 10 power 4 pressure into -1 area. So what will happen? 8 into 10 power 3 Newton means 8 kilonewton load is acting on this piston, correct? Right? So this piston is pushes the connecting rod. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay. If it is, for example, if it is connecting rod is linear, so what will happen? Same force will transfer, same amount, but it is having some angular inclination, correct? Entire this 8 kilonewton may not achieve, but this force will develop. So we will calculate what is the force will act on this connecting. Okay, again this connecting rod, now it is moving towards left, means the piston will move in counterclockwise. So it is pushing the connecting rod towards counterclockwise, correct? Here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now see here, to push this crankshaft, it requires some force, right? That force is coming from this piston, it is transferred through connecting rod, then it is transferring to the crankshaft, right? Crank. Then this crank will connect it to the crankshaft or bearing, right? That will cause us, for example, in IC engine, you are assuming, so the force developing inside the cylinder is 8 Newton, that will transfer to the connecting rod. Okay, again that will transfer to the crankshaft, that is connected to the engine shaft. Okay, that will transfer to the gears, right? Again, that force will transfer to the in your two-wheeler from front chain sprocket. Again, that will transfer to the back wheel to make that rotation of V. This continuation of the forces. Okay, so now here in this mechanism, I will come back to the equilibrium condition. So here, how we can obtain the equilibrium condition? What does the equilibrium means?
The torque in the clockwise. If it's going anti-clockwise, then we need to put a torque in the clockwise direction.
Yeah, thing is, see here, whatever the force is applying on the piston, there will be the transferring of force occurs, right? In crankshaft also, so you see here, link 1 is fixed link, right? Correct, alva? O2 and this here. Is it right?
Yes.
This link 1 should possess opposite force after whatever the force is acting. Just you imagine this link 1 is the bearing mounted to the frame. The bearing should have the opposite force, whatever the force developed by from the crankshaft. Otherwise, what will happen? Bearing will move here. Is it right? The bearing will move here in towards left. So it will not stay here. If it is not staying here, you cannot achieve the motion. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That force should be equal and opposite whatever the forces are developed. Means some force will develop to make that equilibrium condition. Equilibrium means to operate this one, the fixed link should be remains here only. Just you imagine, I will give the best example. You are sitting on the chair, right? Okay. So one more person will come and push on you, right? So your force will transfer to the chair. If it is the chair provides the reaction force, or you are going to hold on the wall to take the support. Okay, whatever the reaction you are going to apply on same person who is pushing you, if it is less, what will happen? You are going to move. If it is equal, you are going to stay there only to perform the operation. Correct? Have you got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That concept we are going to call it as the equilibrium. Okay. So when the machine is running, it will undergo the several forces, transferring of the several forces. But summation of all transferring of all several forces in X should be equal to 0, in Y should be equal to 0, Z should be equal to 0, couple should be equal to 0. Otherwise, what will happen? The machine causes imbalance. It will not under the equilibrium condition. Okay. To maintain that one, we need to analyze what are. So now it is equilibrium condition. We know that because it is working in the machine. Okay. What are the forces are developing in these remaining 3 links? The force acting on the piston is, we know that 8 kilonewton. So what is the force will act on here and here and here? Okay. Na? So to study that one, first we need to draw the free body diagram. What is the free body diagram? I will come with from this one. Okay. I will come from, because the force is acting on the piston. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, just observe here. This is the piston I wrote in the rectangle block. Okay. The force is acting towards left, same whatever the force you are applying. Okay. So because of self weight, so there will be the reaction force from the surface. Correct? Due to self weight, or you are fixed that one. Okay. The reaction force is acting on the link 4 from the link 1. See here, force F1 from the link 1 to the 4. In previously I explained which link is developing the force. We are going to consider first one, and second one is on which link it is acting. Similarly, what will happen? This link 4 is transferring to the force to link 3. The same angle you draw the line. Same angle you draw the line. Okay, now link 3 is developing the link 4 is developing the force on link 3. You can write F43 also. Nothing wrong. Okay, na? F43 also you can write this. So both F34 and F43 are equal. Why? How I will tell you. So you can see here. Okay, it will undergo the force F43. Okay, so now I will write the link to this link third link here. This link. Now I draw the free body diagram for piston. Now I will write the free body diagram for connecting rod. I have drawn the free body diagram here. Okay, this the force is acting F4 on 3. Similarly, this is the piston, this is the crankshaft. It is applying the force. Link 2 is acting on link 3, F23. Then another one. This link 2. Okay, on link 2, link 3, force from the link 3 is acting on link 2. So F32. Then similar opposite force is developing, that is F12. So in any direction you can write. Because of it is we are using the bearing or pin, so it will you can get the force in any direction. Correct? So this is the free body diagram for the piston and slider crank mechanism. But when you are solving the problem, even if you are not drawn the free body diagram, directly you can solve the problem. Just briefly, I will show how to draw that one. Next class we will draw clear. So I told you, now this is undergoing only forces. How many forces are there now? I will start with this one. How many forces are there?
3, sir.
3 forces. Okay. We studied here. Here, see, if 3 forces are there, there is no couple. It should be form the polygon, right? Force polygon. Why I am going to start with this one only? Why I can't write here? See, this one I have the force. Correct? 2 forces. Why I have not started here or here? I started here.
So because we already know
Because we
one
know
of
the
force
one force. So if you know the one force, you can easily find the remaining forces. Okay, so now see here, very easy. You know the 8 kilonewton in which direction? Horizontal direction. Correct? In horizontal direction, you know that it is acting towards left. I will assume 1 kilonewton is equal to 1 mm, so it will become 8 mm. Yeah, you just assume any scale. So I will draw towards left. Okay, na? Okay. So here I have not mentioned. I will start with this is the here we are not put any point. So you can start it is the force O and 1 you can write or 3 you can write. Okay, this is acting on 3. Okay, so now just you can observe here, it is starting from here and towards left based on the direction of the force is developing on the piston. Now, how you got this direction and this direction? This 3-4 is based on the direction of piston, what we have now. Same direction, but we don't know the magnitude. Just you draw the line. Okay, we know the starting point, ending point of P. Okay, now we know the starting point of P34 or 43. So now, similarly, We know that reaction force on the piston, it is acting vertically. So we know the end point of this one. See, from here you draw the vertical line, same direction. The intersection point, what you are going to get, this is the 4. This is point 4 or B. We are going to consider. Okay, now measure this distance. F34 is 8.8 kilonewton according to my problem. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, measure the length of the vector and multiply the scale factor magnitude F14 and F34 directions are fixed. So now, see here in this figure, F23 is equal to 32. Okay, since link 3 is acted upon only 2 forces. So now you got this one, right? F34. What is this F34? Because of 8.8 Newton, 8.8 kilonewton. Because of piston 8 kilonewton, this will cause the force on connecting rod, that is 8.8 kilonewton. Okay. See here, we know that only this force will act and this force will act. Okay, only 2 forces, correct? So only 2 forces means you know the F34 or 43, that is equal to F23.
Yes, sir.
Because of only 2 forces, F43 and 23 are collinear, equal in magnitude and opposite direction. So what will happen? F43 is equal to F minus 23, means opposite direction, that is equal to 8.8 kilonewton. Once you got this one, so we know that F43 is equal to F23. So F23 means F32. Both are same here. Okay. F23, here F43 is in this direction. Opposite is minus. So again, F23 is equal to minus F32. You are going to get the value. So now, this last diagram, I will draw. So according to that, here we need to draw this. We know the distance of H, okay, from the figure. So now link 2 is acted upon by the forces, 2 forces and 1 torque. Torque because of rotating. You got the idea. You know this direction because this is the connecting rod direction. Are you following? And you know this F32 is 8.8 kilonewton. So opposite direction you can write. So what will happen? This F12
Minus F32.
minus F32. Okay. So for equilibrium, 2 forces must be equal and parallel and opposite. The sense must be opposite T2. So now F32, that is equal to minus of F12, that is equal to 8.8 kilonewton. Now what is the torque? From this forces, according to our condition, for equilibrium, the 2 forces must be equal, parallel and opposite, and their sense must be opposite to T2. So whatever the force you are going to get, that is equal to force developed by the torque. Means what is the torque? Force into distance.
Distance.
Okay. So force into distance, F23 into H or F32 into H. So that is equal to F12. So 8.8 kilonewton into 0.13125 meter. That is equal to 1100 Newton meter. Okay. So to keep 2 in equilibrium, this 2 in equilibrium, T2 should be clockwise magnitude is 1100 Newton meter. H is, we know that perpendicular to this one and always measured by the back scale. Okay. This is the force analysis of slider crank mechanism. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So next class we will solve, I will solve the problem using software. Okay, you will get clear idea how to solve that. Okay, na? So now